It's dangerous to your client. Why? But why? People don't value things they don't pay much for. Doesn't it feel better to get people the outcome? Doesn't it feel better to make the money you deserve? So you're not struggling and resentful for working so hard for so little?
Welcome to the Thought Leader Revolution with Nicky. Join the revolution. There's never been a better time in history to speak your truth, find your freedom, and make your fortune. Each week, we interview the world's top thought leaders and learn the secrets of how they built a 6 to 7 figure practice. This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.
Welcome to the exciting episode of the podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution. I'm your host, Nicky, and boy, do I have an exciting episode lined up for you today. Today's episode is Thought Leader Nugget number 132, and we're going to talk about, wait for it, the dangers of underpricing for your client. What, Nicky, you're saying to yourself? What you talking about, Willis? That's a line from the immortal show, Different Strokes, told by Gary Coleman. And it was awesome and funny. I'm dating myself, but you got to go watch that show. Look it up on YouTube. What am I talking about? Here's what I'm talking about. When you charge too little, it's dangerous to your client. Why? But why? Because people don't value things they don't pay much for. I'm going to tell you the story of a man named Brian A. He is a friend of a friend's, and Brian A. is a man who built a $2 million thought leader coaching business. How did he do it? He did it by valuing himself and his offers properly. When he got started, he was teaching people how to do handstand push-ups. Yeah, I know, you're thinking to yourself, handstand push-ups, wow, who's going to pay for that? Well, he got into the business and he started charging $47 to teach people how to do this. And at $47, he got quite a few people signing up. He didn't make a lot of money because he was only charging $47. And the people who signed up didn't get an outcome. None of them, and I mean none of them, learned how to do a handstand push-up. Well, a little while later, he raised his fees all the way up to $297. He still got a bunch of clients, not enough to make him a lot of money. And a few people learned how to do handstand push-ups, but fewer than 10%. And then he met my friend. My friend showed him how to value what he was doing properly, how to make it less about teaching people how to do handstand push-ups and more about teaching amazing people, high-achieving people, how to get to the next level of achievement, because in their DNA is the achievement code. And if they're not constantly unlocking that code and putting it into action, they're actually regressing. They're actually dying. When they're not growing, they're dying. So my friend taught him how to message that and start charging $9,000 for his program. What, $9,000? I can go from $47 to $297 to $9,000. Well, he did it. And he started to make a lot of money. He went from being broke and practically a derelict to being a man making over $2 million a year. And everybody who signed up for his $9,000 program, and I mean everybody got the outcome. Wow. Why? Because at $9,000, Brian had leverage on them. He had leverage to help these folks be able to actually go out there and do this. They paid so much that they had skin in the game and they were ready to be coachable. And when you charge right, you bring people who are coachable to the table. People who are ready to do the work and you get them the outcome. Doesn't it feel better to get people the outcome than to charge them so little and have nobody get the outcome? Doesn't it feel better to make the money you deserve so you're not struggling and resentful for working so hard for so little, but you're thrilled and delighted because you're making the cash that you deserve to make? Of course it is. Of course that's what you want. The danger of underpricing for your client is they'll never get the outcome, they won't have skin in the game, and they won't get what they came to you to get. And the danger to you is if you don't get what you should get, the amount of money that you should get, the amount of satisfaction that you should get, energetically, this is an exchange. Money is an exchange of energy. If you don't get the energy you should get, you won't give the energy you should give. You won't give your best. So when you charge $9,000 and the person gets the outcome, who's benefiting? Well, you're benefiting because your energy, the energy you're receiving is beautiful and wonderful, but they're benefiting because the energy you're giving is also beautiful and wonderful. And my friend, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.